turns out okay so you can understand what I'm saying. Well, today's Friday. It's 5:30 exactly. The week passed by pretty quick for both Mike and I because we were so used to these long vacations that we thought we would really be bored 5-day work week. But it's really passed by quickly. Thanks a lot for your letter. I received it today in the mail. I'm glad everyone is fine. I better explain to you first of all why you haven't heard from me for over 2 weeks now. And that's because we just got our phone bill in for last month and it was $40-some. That's the highest it's ever been, so I thought maybe I better cool off this month and start back my regular schedule next month. So you'll hear from me before too long. Not much has happened since we've been back for Christmas, I don't guess. Tomorrow night, one of my girlfriends from USIA invited me over. She's my age. She's from South Carolina. She invited Mike and I over for dinner. She's engaged to a Mike from Michigan. We're going over to her place for dinner tomorrow night, and then we're going to all play bingo at Fort Myer. We always go every week, but we don't always win anything. We got a check from Criterion Insurance Company that we have, and for $9.98, and read the letter, and it was because Mike had our car estimated for $159.98, and we had a $150 deductible, so they sent us a $9.98. And Mike called them and asked them, told them that we didn't have it fixed by $150 like they had estimated. They said that it didn't really matter that they sent us the money because that's what they estimate it to be. It was that's whether we wanted to have it fixed or not. So we're kind of glad about that. That cut off $10 of Buster's $40, which makes now $30. It's pretty good. Today's the last day that us girls will have fun in the office because we're getting a new supervisor in Monday. Today, Mike had to go to Cameron Station to get us pre-register his car for 74 because his 73 sticker had run out. And they required him to have his car inspected. Oregon doesn't require you to have your car inspected like other states do. So we had to go and get it inspected during our lunch hour today. And then we went to the bank. And then we ate at McDonald's. So we were going about 2 hours for lunch today, which is perfectly okay because all the rest of the girls took 2 hours too. But it was fun. Our new boss is coming in Monday. Her name is Miss Keefe. She's never been married as far as I know. But I hope she's a lot better than Mrs. Heflin was. That's for sure. Well, let me see. I wrote Bobby Cox a letter yesterday. Sent it off. And I also wrote Maria a letter, which you might find pretty humorous. If you remember, I bought 2 books from her from the Pentagon. And at Christmas time, I told her there were $3.50 a piece. And I got home here and I looked at the receipt and it was only $3.25. So I owed her 50 cents for the 2 books back. And so I did a dirty trick. And I sent her a letter yesterday. And it was from the General Mills Incorporated. And I put the address and everything of General Mills and put, "Dear Mrs. Cassie, you are the lucky winner of 50 cents. We drew your name December 28, 1973. And we draw names every 6 weeks. And you happen to be the lucky winner." It wasn't those words. But anyway, I awarded her 50 cents. And then at the bottom I said, "Thank you for saving Betty Crocker coupons," because I knew she did that and she would believe the story. And then at the very last sentence I put, "If you have any questions, please contact my secretary, Mrs. Erskine." Then I gave my address here so she would know that it really wasn't from General Mills. But what looked so good about it was the fact that I got a letterhead. I made up a letterhead myself for General Mills Incorporated. It looked really professional because at work we had these stencil things that you mark over this sheet of paper a letter. You mark the letter and it comes off in this white sheet of paper really, really black and fine. It looks just like, well, I got a letter for you too, Mom, and you'll see what it looks like. It's really cute. I made several letters from that. It's really cute. I really can't think of any more news. Other than the fact we went grocery shopping Wednesday night, and I told Mike that we were going to kind of stock up on groceries so we won't have to go every week or so. And I stocked up with $62 worth of groceries. I couldn't believe these bills coming in unexpectedly. So that's another reason why I'm cutting down on phone calls this month, so we can enjoy ourselves next month more. We're looking for 10-speed bicycles up here. We want some that's on sale below $100 if we can find any. And we bought this Consumer Report magazine, and they said the best bicycles you can buy for the money is Raleigh bicycles. And so we're going to try to look for some maybe Raleigh bicycles. I'm not for sure. I don't guess the ones at Mammoth Mart are still on sale, are they? You might be interested. maybe getting some down that way if we had to. But we're really interested. We can go down the Mount Vernon Highway. Remember that bike trail going to George Washington's home? We could just ride a bike from here or there. You take an all-day trip. It'd be lots of fun. Let me see. I don't know how the weather's been back home, but it's been very rainy today. In fact, it was a little cloudy yesterday too. It's not been too bad walking to work because we have our coats on and we have an umbrella and everything. So it's not too awfully bad walking to work. Well, I'm going to cut you off for a second and let me rest, and I'll come back later and record something else to you. Bye-bye for now. Hi everybody, here I am again at 15 minutes to 7. I want to remind you that I want you to tape all 5 of you, and also Pooh, if you can, and send it back to us on the reverse side of this tape. Don't erase anything so I can hear myself again if I forgot what I asked you. I did write Aunt Lonnie a letter as soon as I got back and thank her and Uncle Fred for the wedding gift. And also, forgot to tell you that I'm not getting Norman Vincent Peale's sermons anymore. I can't remember when I first moved up to D.C. I wrote, I think it was Norman Vincent Peale, a letter and told him that I had moved. But then I moved again from the Evangel and I never got his sermons there either. So I guess I haven't written him since I've moved out here in Duke Street. But if you have his address, give it to me and I'll write him a letter again. I wrote Oral Roberts a letter and gave him a check and asked him for the prayer tower tray. I hope he sends it out. I hope it's not too late, because it's kind of late sending it off and it might be out by now. I don't know. How's your fruit coming along? I guess everything's all going. Mike and I have a couple of oranges left. Maybe have 4 or 5 oranges left, I don't know. But we're kind of tired of them. We haven't eaten them lately. But they were really good. I was really pleased with them. In February we get 2 vacations, 3-day weekends, I mean. One's Lincoln's birthday and one's Washington's birthday. But I was looking on the calendar at work and they don't have it circled in red, both of them. And no one seems to know whether we get off 2 weekends or not, but I hope we do. They'll fall on Monday. I was telling Mike that since we're so close to Greensboro that we ought to go to Greensboro maybe the first vacation we have in February, and then we'll come home maybe the second one. I don't know if it looks like the gas problem is maybe lightening up a little bit, but I'm afraid that if we come back on a holiday, which will be on Monday, I'm afraid that somebody may be celebrating Washington's birthday and not have the stores open. You know, we certainly wouldn't want to be stranded on the way out. But I think things will clear up for us to come down maybe. And glad Grandma Smith is getting along better. I was really worried about her. And now I'm even more so worried about Granddaddy now, because I know he used to have that trouble. I wouldn't want him to get in the same predicament again as last time, which looks like he is. So I'll let you know later when we'll be coming home. I'm not even sure. I think it's the 2nd, maybe the 4th weekend, Monday in February. So I'm not sure. Don't say anything to Grandmother Smith about us coming up, because I'm not really sure whether we will or not. But if things work out okay, I'd like to go, and Mike said he'd like to go too. It'd be fun for us to go up and see everybody again. I bet you those twins have really grown a lot, and so have Martha's little baby. It makes me sick to even listen to the news up here or read the newspapers. It was just, I think it was a couple of days ago. No, it was December 28th or either the 30th that I read the newspaper where this 82-year-old woman was killed in D.C. She lived by herself and she's always watching the neighbors' houses for to make sure no one burglarized their houses. It just so happened that one of the neighbors was gone, and someone came in and beat the old woman up, and they thought maybe she'd been raped or something and killed her. And tonight's paper it stated they found the 2 men in D.C. that did it. I think it was maybe 21, 25 years old, and they had raped the woman and fatally beat her to death. It's really sad to hear the news up here. Everything's so bad. It'd be nice when we can get away from this area, so I won't be so scared. Michael wouldn't dare let me go out, take the car out by myself to any shopping center up here, not even during the daylight hours, because you hear about people getting raped right in the daylight for no reason, and they kill them. That's how it always happens. It's really spooky. And that's the way the world is getting today, I guess. You can't trust anybody anymore. If you have a few minutes left on the back tape when you get through, let the boys play something on their instruments and laying on the drums in the background. Sit up here. I like to hear them. They were really good. I was really fascinated when I was home because they really did a good job. Sounds really good. I hope they stick with it and really enjoy it. how was Wayne coming along with his guitar lessons? One of the boys in one of their letters said that he had learned 4 notes. I'm proud of him. He's catching right up there. I remember whether I ever told you, Mom, that we exchanged the bathroom scales. I don't know if it was the very night we got back from home or not, but we went to Sears and we had no problem at all. They refunded our money and we went to the bathroom part and bought the same scales over again. So it was really neat. I really like the set. They look good. The hamper is small enough to fit in the bathroom and it looks okay, but it has to sit under a towel rack. And whenever we wash our hands, we always drip water and I'm afraid it's going to ruin it. And so I took it out of the bathroom and put it in the corner of the kitchen between the stove and the kitchen table. It looks good there. I have the scales right beside it. It looks really, really great. I really appreciate it, Mom. Also thank the boys for the glasses too, because they're really coming in handy. I haven't broken any of my glasses yet, but I'm sure that someday that I will break them, and I really appreciate them even more than I do now. I'm glad you had no problem changing the bowls in the jewelry box. It's a shame that we had to get different bowls. It cost so much trouble having to go and exchange them again, but they both were pretty, and I'm glad that we had no problems exchanging them. New Salem's daylight time. I'm finding it very, very dark when we go to work in the morning. We have to walk in the pitch dark. But it's usually well lit, along Duke Street and along the parking lot at the Hoffman Building. But there is a dump parking lot on the way there that's not lit up at all. It's pretty dark. You have to kind of watch where you're stepping. You might step in a hole or something. But when we get home at night, we have plenty and plenty of daylight. Here it's 7 o'clock now, and it's getting a little bit darker now. I like it. I like it better, I think. I'm not sure. When you walk to work in the morning, the air is kind of cold. It feels so fresh. It gets more in the day, and they don't maybe quite feel so fresh. But I like it. Of course, when we get to the office, my office doesn't have any windows in it, so we can't even see any difference during the day. When you go to other offices, it seems weird looking out and seeing it pitch dark because it doesn't get lighter until around 8:30. The sun doesn't come up until 8:30. So Mike and I had our car tuned up and had a lubrication job and oil change, and I had them check the battery, and they fixed the leak in the left front tire of the car. They did everything to our car that you can imagine to fix it, and they only charged us, I believe it was $34 at the post to do that. And I was just thinking, you would never get that price anywhere else. But they put everything, new spark plugs and everything in there, changed the oil, put 5 quarts of oil in it, and everything, and charged $34. We were really pleased with that. At least our car is in good condition now. One day, when Mike was going to take it down to the post, we went out to start it. Well, we went down that night to take it. We went out to start the car, and it wouldn't start. It was dead, completely dead. And it had been sitting there maybe 2 or 3 days without we hadn't touched it. So the next day at work, I got one of the girls in the office to, she had jumper cables to take me home, and she and I jumped the car. Of course, we brought this man along with us too. One of the ladies in the office, her husband, came along with us to supervise because he didn't want us to get hurt or anything. So he helped us do it. And it started right up with a jump. And I took it down to Cameron Station, and she followed me down there, so we got down there okay. But I guess it was the fact that the cold weather had just drained it. And I looked the night before and saw that it was kind of low in liquid, so I put some more water in it, but I don't know if that was a problem or not. But everything's okay now. She's working fine. She's happy as a lark, I guess. I think this tape, 20 minutes long, was a very short tape. But when you start talking on here, I was just looking, I've only been a little over halfway through the tape. And I've run out of things to say. So when you get started working here, I hope that you don't have the problem I did. I can't find things to say to fill up the tape. If you keep hearing these little clicks in the tape as you listen to it, it's because I keep cutting it off trying to think of something else to say. But my 12 color film at the post to have them developed, and I got them back 2 nights ago. And only 4 pictures out of the 12 came back. I was so disappointed. I don't know what happened. My camera, I guess, is just old, and it's not making good connection. When the flash cube flashes, it's a little too late. And so I got a picture, good picture of the 3 boys. I couldn't believe it. Right before they went to play Christmas Eve, I lined them up in front of the tree, and they were smiling, and they're really handsome, those suits. And then I got one of Dad and the boys looking at the bicycles. and that was a good one. But half of them didn't turn out. I was really disappointed. I got the one of just the one picture of the family eating at the table. So I was really disappointed in that. But for now on, we'll be using the new camera. If you know anybody needs a 127 film, I have 2 films here I'd like to get rid of. And let me tell you, Mike is about fed up with me and my bargains. I'm always getting junk mail up here too. I haven't changed a bit. And I always get these free prizes if I send in, order something. And so I ordered some stationery with the initial E on it. And I got this ring and also 5 little gift cards as bonuses. And the ring, you can either use it as a ring on your finger or a ring to tie your scarf around your neck. It's not a bad looking ring. It's gold colored. But we were playing chess one night. Michael just fiddling around with it and it broke. And he started laughing. He couldn't believe it because I thought I got such a good deal out of it, paying $1 for just 8 sheets of stationery and envelopes and everything. Well, I guess that's the way it goes. I ordered a whole bunch of crafts from Lee Ward's, from some magazine with nothing but crafts in it. I ordered something like craft sticks and glue and a little book, and I ordered an oil painting and some decoupage kit. And I'm going to work with this, while he's staying at night. The hotel motel manager would keep me busy. I thought it would be pretty interesting. And then I looking through the magazine, I saw another thing I joined. It's called the Handicraft Club. It's the same thing that Faye joined. And you remember she told you she paid $1.25 a month plus postage and handling, and she never received any kits. So she wrote them again and told them, and somehow or another they just lost her membership or something, and she never did get her kits. But I've joined it for 6 months, and every month I'll get a surprise, which I think would be worth more than $1.25. Sometimes you get jewelry chests to decorate or different little things, centerpieces for your table. And the first kit you get, they'll give you a bonus. And I'm going to get a rocking chair planner. I can't wait till some of these crafts come in. I'll let you know how I'm progressing as the weeks go by. Talking about that, when you guys coming up to see us again? It's been a pretty good while. Some weekend when you want to take off, on a Friday at noon, or something like that, just give us a ring and tell you're on your way up, and we'll make room for you. Of course, the gas probably is not as bad now as it has been. The way the papers talk now, it's very likely we'll ever have gas rationing. That sounds good. It seems like they're having new techniques to save on oil, like mixing oil and water together, which works, they say, good. So there'll be new ways. We'll be able to travel around again, maybe like we used to. No problem. I've been in the bedroom recording, and Mike's been in the living room watching the news. And so I'm going to run in there real quick, and see if I can get him to come in here and say a word or two to you. He'll probably be embarrassed, so we'll see what he's got to say to you.
Hi everybody, how's everything? Do you guys ever get your plane glued back together? Did you ever fly the other one? Hey, who's the ping pong champ now? I bet you Wayne. Did I say ping pong? Ping pong. Who's the ping pong champ? I bet Wayne says he is. Well.
That's a lie.
Alright, I'm talking. Chess. Now, has Wayne taken over? I told you Wayne was becoming to be or is an up and coming. Anyway, is Wayne the champ now? I want to challenge the champ of all 3 brothers at chess when we come down there in February. And so I want it to be the legitimate champ. Whether it's Terry, Rick, or Wayne, you have to be honest. And I'll challenge him first, and then I'll go challenge the other 2. Is your tetherball set up yet? It's a lot of fun when you know how to play it right. I used to play it a lot at recess when I was in school. It's a lot of fun. Well, anyway, carry on, man, until we get down there in February. And don't forget your strawberry jelly. You need it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, quote Mr. Gaskell, was Mr. Michael Erskine. It looks like I did get him to say a word or two before the tape stopped. We're about to the end of our tape, Mom and Dad and boys. And we've had a lot of fun recording. Here it is already 8 o'clock. It's taken me a couple of hours to get this thing together. So I hope y'all have as much fun recording as we did. And I want to record everybody now, including Pooh, and return it to us as soon as possible. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Okay, Chris. That's what. Say, my name is Chris. Go ahead. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Okay.
Say, this is Jeffrey and Chris talking. Say, hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Say, it's Jeffrey.
It's Jeffrey.
Gail, I just want to tell you, we have heard the other side of your tape, and it was very good.
Hey, Gail, you might make a good powder puff mechanic one of these days if you keep at it.
No, Gail, this was taken Saturday afternoon while Mother and the boys and I stopped in at Faye's on our way to Newbern, and we listened to the organ while we were there, and this was taken at that time. It is now 9:30 at night. We've just come back from Newbern, and I haven't studied anything at all for tomorrow's message, so I won't be able to do much talking tonight because of having to get down to this studying of the lesson. All of us are very tired, and the boys now, some of them are playing the instruments, and Mother is putting away the groceries that we bought into Newbern. So we're sorry, Gail, that we did not tape this and get it back to you earlier, but we just didn't get down to it. And then too, I find it as you did that it is really hard to tape. But anyway, we hope to maybe tomorrow, Sunday, to get out and to get this tape, and maybe also to let the boys do a little playing on the instruments for you at that time. So I hope you and Mike have a real good night. May the Lord bless and keep both of you. Well, Gail, it's 9 o'clock now on Sunday night. Last night, after talking to you on this tape, I went on to bed, and I was so sleepy that I went on to sleep, and at 11:45 I woke up and got up and studied till 4:15 this morning, and I was tired at that time and decided to go back to bed for maybe an hour or two and then get up and finish on my message before 9:45 this morning. But I went to sleep and I awoke about 8:45. Mother had already gotten up and she had had breakfast, and there I was late. It was so near Sunday school time that I was afraid I couldn't finish the message. But anyway, I went ahead and worked on it, and I didn't eat any breakfast at all. And we finally got to Sunday school late. It was about 10 after 10, but we didn't make it. And I think we did a real good job on the morning's lesson. I can thank the Lord for it. Ricky hadn't been well today. He had to stay home. He was running a fever this morning, and tonight, right now, he's better than he was earlier today. And the boys are in there now looking at Mannix. I went up to grandmother's after lunch, and she's getting along very well today, and granddaddy's doing along very well. And Yvonne and Riley was up there, and we enjoyed talking with them. They were right much company there, and we enjoyed it a whole lot. Gladys is still with them. I don't know how much longer she'll be here, but she has to go back, I think, before the 1st of February because of listing her property tax back in Iceboro again. And Gail, I stopped this because I didn't know who was at the door, and I learned it was Mother, and she's here now, and I think she wants to go ahead and talk with it this time. So here's Mother now.
Hello, Gail and Mike. As you see, we had our tape up at Faye's yesterday, and I don't know whether you recognized Jeffrey and Chris talking on it or not, but they all said hi to you. Their organ is really nice. I can't do much playing on it, but I think Faye and Buster are soon going to learn how pretty good. We're late getting your tape back to you, but I guess when we get it, it'll be good. I see I'm going to get out of breath like you did. I hope it sounds okay, though. We really enjoyed hearing yours. 20 minutes would be long for one person, but maybe we'll have a variety on ours. We'd hoped to have the boys sing, but Ricky's sick today, so I don't know whether they're going to feel like singing or not. Aunt Gladys is still down. Grandmother was better yesterday, and one day she feels pretty good and one day she doesn't, but I think she's really getting better. She has to go back to the doctor on Thursday. Granddaddy really loves his new bike. This one has a cushioned seat and it rides a whole lot better than his old one. And he's getting along pretty good, but when he exercises on his foot or walks a lot, I think it hurts him worse at night. Sometime when you and Mike go to the PX or commissary or wherever you go, see if you see those putter and balls that go with the boys' golf game. I looked in town the other day, but I couldn't find any, and I don't know where you find them. Maybe I just didn't look at the right place. It only takes one putter and one ball, I think, for the game. If you find one, I'll pay you for it when you get it. I went down to see Miss Ethel one day this week, and she talked like it really did her good for you to come to see her Christmas. She said that she was so glad to see you, and you just meant so much to her. Our Christmas oranges are all gone too. We really enjoyed them. I saw Lynette and Tommy's engagement in the paper on Thursday. They're getting married the 1st of June. Tommy is a forestry technician in Henderson, I think, and she is a senior at Lenore Community College. I made some fudge for your recipe that you got in home ec. You remember that fudge recipe? It turned out real good. I picked out about 5 quarts of pecans in the last week, and I decided I had so many pecans there I would just try some with some candy. I also made those chocolate chip cookies with the chocolate chips you gave us in our Christmas stocking. The boys cleaned them up pretty quick. Marie just called this afternoon and she's telling us all about her new piano. She got it yesterday and she's really enthused over it. She said she'd considered taking piano lessons again, but they cost $5 for a half hour and she didn't know whether to follow up with it or not. I guess Daddy told you probably Ricky didn't go to church this morning. His temperature was 102 and he has been sick all day and hadn't eaten anything. That's the reason I think I'm not going to get him to sing for you tonight. He don't feel like it.
Hi Gail and Mike, this is Terry. We haven't got our tetherball game up yet, but we're going to try to put it up. We had this airplane that they gave us, and we patched it up. It's cracked. We patched it up, and now we were going to fly it. We got RLs playing out, and Gail, we're going to try to sing Just a Little Talk with Jesus. Now Gail will play our instruments and we'll play Kentucky Faye. Swiss boy. Now, Gail, we can try green sleeves, and here's drums in the back.
Gail, that seems to have been a little hard to reach for Ricky.
Yeah, we were nervous. That's why we mostly messed up. Hi, Gail and Mike. They fixed their plane a few days ago, and then a few days later, we brought the plane outside to fly it. But it was too wet, so we had to bring it back in. And we got Uncle RL's plane outside. We put it on the ground, and we tried starting it, but it wouldn't start. So we had to bring it back in the house. And we are going to try flying the planes next time, and I hope you come back down soon. I'll see you, Gail and Mike. Good night. Hi, y'all. Terry said that I was nervous about playing. I wasn't really. He had said it was play Kentucky Babe and Green Sleeves, but he just switched it from Green Sleeves to Mary Swiss Boy as high notes, and I got out of breath every time I played it. So it wasn't really fair what he done to me. And I miss you very much. I wish you could come down soon. Mother tells me that you might come down Saturday. We still haven't taught Pooh any tricks yet. It's kind of hard though. Terry ain't really the best ping pong player, but he says he is. He thinks he's the best of everything. And I couldn't sing very high. I've been sick Sunday and Monday. I keep on cutting the buttons off so I can guess what to say. I wish you lived closer to us, but I like your apartment. Really. There's a long way up there. And I wish I could get one just like it. You know. And when we were singing a while ago, I couldn't sing very high, but Terry messed it up really, didn't he? He played bass, played low, and Dave was playing the drums if you could hear him. And we were playing Kentucky Babe and things, the other songs. Wayne was playing that. I'm still tired from playing that Mary Swiss Boy. Terry is, he switched so suddenly. I didn't know what had happened. I don't know. I mean, it's tied between me and Terry. Really, he's the chess players, ping pong. That's all I got to say. If somebody else that they ever hadn't already said it, probably come talk to you. I love you very much. I hope you come down soon. This is from Ricky. Same channel, same tune, same station, same volume. See you next week. But not really.
Gail, Faye checked today with the driver's license department in Newbern, and they will be closed Saturday, so it looks like that your time will expire before you come down this way again. We went up to grandmother's again tonight, and she's getting along, I think, real good, and granddad's getting along well also. He tried his bicycle again today, and he went down as far as Clarence Potter's and back again. He says his leg is doing a little better. Tomorrow he wants to go up to Charlie Jones's place, up to the marina and back home again. But grandmother and Gladys almost jumped on him for it. They said that he was trying to do too much at one time, and I suggested maybe just go far as the post office. But anyway, his leg seems to be doing a whole lot better. Mother and I are doing along as well as usual, I think, and we hate that the place won't be open Saturday. We were kind of hoping that you would come down and we'd see you that much sooner, but we'll be looking for you back in February, whenever you can come then. So I don't know whether I believe everyone else has talked here, and so far as I know, that this is about all that we have to say at this particular time. I don't think we have too much left on this tape anyway. But I hope you and Mike are doing real well today, and I hope that you have a good night's rest tonight, and hope the Lord blesses you and keeps you. And we just sign off by saying good night.
Gail, Faye probably wrote you today and told you about the patrol office. She said she was going to, and they're going to Norfolk weekend. I couldn't think what I wanted to say. They're going to see Judy this weekend. So that's about all we got to say. I expect the tape's up, and good night, and we'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Hope this is not a disappointment to you. Good night.
Good night, Gail and Mike.
Gail, I didn't get your tape off this morning, but I'm going to really try to get it off in the morning's mail. Everybody's doing okay today. I think grandmother wasn't doing too good. Her leg is swollen some, but she has a doctor appointment on Thursday, so we'll take her back and have her checked over again Thursday, and maybe things will be better. I don't believe there's anything much happened today. We've had a real pretty day, but I'll get this tape off in the morning if nothing happens. Hope y'all are doing fine, and be good, and we'll see you in February. Bye now.